Let's talk about some of the IPOs that have been coming to market recently, because there has been a bit of a fervor. Many of these IPOs have done very well, although not all of them. Lyft shares are under pressure. Uber comes to market this week. And Warren, you mentioned this weekend, you talked once again about how you had looked at Uber about 18 months ago and passed on that. What do you think about Uber coming to market now?
Well, because I looked at it, I really don't want to discuss Uber, and I don't have any special feelings about it than any other coming to market. But I would say that in 54 years, well, I don't think Berkshire's ever bought a new issue. I mean, the idea of saying the best place in the world I can put my money is something where all the selling incentives are there, commissions are higher, you know, the animal spirits are rising. I mean, that's going to be better than 1,000 other things I can buy where there is no similar selling enthusiasm and the desire to get the deal done and extra commissions. That's the single best thing to buy on a given day. I mean, it's
and I can't think of a time we've ever done it.
Yeah.
Ever bought an IPO?
Yeah, never bought one.
Yeah. How can it be?
They don't even call us.
Yeah, but how can it be? The best single thing to use your money for in a given day is something that they got everybody in the world out pushing it. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily what we're buying is going to work out better, but there have to always be better things than one single issue. If you make one decision on investing, if you can't find something among all the choices we see that is better than something that and like I say, you know, the commissions they've come down, I think, now on this, but I mean, the highest commission thing that a stock salesman could sell to securities was the new issue. You know, so you have all this push behind it. We like to buy things where nobody's making a dime selling them to us.
Charlie, just specifically on some of these companies, and I won't talk about Uber versus any of the others, but a lot of these companies are coming very late in the cycle. They've had massive private capital that's been put to work to this point, and they still have massive losses and the need for more capital.
It's even worse than that. Some of them have preference for each round, and so the rounds aren't really fair rounds. There's a lot of lying in modern finance.
So you're not in favor of any of these big
companies? I don't like lying.
What do you think of these? I ask this because we have a lot of retail investors who watch and who are looking at this and they feel the excitement behind it.
Well, not going to get any wonderful advice from us about buying IPOs.
Whenever you buy a stock, let's say you're buying General Motors, 1.4 billion shares out. We'll say the stock's 40, it's a little below that. You should be able to take out a one-page sheet of paper and say, I am buying the General Motors company at $56 billion because. And if you can't answer that question, if you can't write that out, then you'll go on to something else. And if you're buying Berkshire, you have to say, I am buying Berkshire Hathaway at $500 billion because. And if the answer isn't something you can write, you can't say I'm buying it because my neighbor thinks it's going to go up, or because, you know, everybody's talking about it on CNBC this morning, or whatever it may be.
Or I like to ride around an Uber.
Yeah. No. That's the question you answer. Now, when you buy groceries, buy everything else, you can answer that question. But if you can't answer it on something that you're involving your savings of many years for, why in the world should you? Why should you be doing it?